From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, February the 3rd, 2025. We open with the release on Saturday of 3 Israeli hostages from terror group Hamas captivity in Gaza. Keith Siegel, Ofer Calderon, and Yarden Bibas, abducted during the October 7th massacre and held by Hamas for 484 days, were finally able to reunite with their loved ones. Ofer Calderon with his children, 2 of whom were abducted with him on October the 7th and released back in November of 2023. Keith Siegel, a U.S. citizen, reuniting finally with his wife Aviva, who was also abducted with him and set free back in the November release, and with his children. And Yarden Bibas, reuniting with his mother, and then his father and sister. Yarden's wife Shiri and children Ariel and Kfir are still being held by Hamas, their status unknown. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu arrived in Washington, D.C. yesterday, where he was greeted by Israel's ambassador to the United Nations, Dani Danon. The Prime Minister will meet this evening with U.S. Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, and will meet with U.S. President Donald Trump at the White House tomorrow, Tuesday afternoon. Before departing Israel, the Prime Minister noted to the press that this was President Trump's first meeting with a foreign leader since his inauguration, which Netanyahu said was telling.
I think it's a testimony to the strength of the Israeli-American alliance. It's also a testimony to the strength of our personal friendship.
The Prime Minister also spoke of the main issues that would be discussed with Trump, including the hostage release deal.
In this meeting, we'll deal with important issues, critical issues facing Israel and our region, a victory over Hamas, achieving the release of all our hostages, and dealing with the Iranian terror axis and all its components, an axis that threatens the peace of Israel, the Middle East, and the entire world.
The Prime Minister's office announced the appointment of the next IDF Chief of Staff yesterday, Major General in Reserve Elazar, who will take over from the current IDF Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Herzi Halevi, who recently announced his resignation, citing the failures of October the 7th. A commander in the IDF's Armored Brigade, Zamir served as Netanyahu's military secretary from 2012 to 2015. He was then appointed commander of the IDF Southern Command and later served as IDF Deputy Chief of Staff, after which Zamir went to the United States to become a visiting research fellow at the Washington Institute, and upon his return was appointed Director General of Israel's Ministry of Defense, where he currently serves. Halevi was cited saying following the announcement, "I have known Eyal for many years, and I am sure that he will lead the IDF forward in the face of the expected challenges, and wish him great success." Halevi is set to step down and Zamir step in on March the 6th. Longtime leader of the Jewish Community and Jewish Education Center in Elizabeth, New Jersey, Rav Elazar Meir Teitz, has died. Hailed as a rabbinic giant, Teitz was known for his scholarship and teaching of Torah, which he also did over the radio, for his educational leadership at JEC, influencing generations of students with his vision of balancing Torah learning and secular education, and for his communal and unifying leadership in Elizabeth and beyond. Rav Teitz passed away yesterday. He was 89 years old. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Monday, February the 3rd at 7 o'clock. FIDF CEO Steve Weil is joined by Daniel Flesch, Senior Policy Analyst for Middle East and North Africa at the Allison Center for National Security. At 7:30, Rabbi Ammiel Hirsch reflects on witnessing the release of Israeli hostages and explores the profound emotional relief and deep sense of mutual responsibility that unite the Jewish people. At 8 o'clock, Abby Pogrebin sits with Rabbi Marc Katz to discuss Yochanan's gamble. his book that explores how the pragmatic choices of ancient rabbis offer a framework for navigating modern moral dilemmas. At 8:30, legendary comedian Jerry Seinfeld talks about his experience of anti-Semitism, responds to him condemning Hamas, and more, with renowned journalist Barry Weiss. At 9, it's Joseph Telushkin on L'chaim. At 10, it's Good Week Israel, which is also coming up next. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, February the 3rd, 2025. I'm Teisha Bader. Am Yisrael Chai.